Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. Let's take a look at a neighborhood in Columbus, Ohio. This is actually in Canal Winchester, suburb of Columbus. And you can see that every home has a curb hole. These curb holes are much better than the pop-up. When we have an entire neighborhood, in fact, most of Columbus has curb holes, and it's really the best way to discharge downspout drains or sump pump drains. I've read a lot of comments about people saying that, oh, they're not allowed to, drill a curb hole. I find this hard to believe. Yeah, you need a permit to drill the curb hole, but I know that you're allowed to send this water out to the gutter in the street, and it travels along the gutter, the curb until it reaches the storm drain. This is the best way to discharge any rainwater drainage system that you have. Of course, there's areas in the country where, it's so cold that the city doesn't want that water to come out on the street because it freezes. In that case, there is still, a storm drain located usually between the sidewalk and the curb, and you've got to dig that up, dig down to that. It's quite deep because of frost line, but sump pumps, every basement should have a sump pump, and you can see that water comes straight out. Let's walk up here on this house and take a look. This is a poured walled foundation, and it's a full-size basement. In other words, it's 8 feet deep and a nice finished basement. But you can see this is poured walled, and you can see this how it's configured. We've got the downspout drains coming down into 3-inch PVC. Take a look over here at the sump pump. See how the sump pump comes out of the wall? It's got to clean out in case it freezes. See that little donut over there? I've talked about that donut. That's a very important piece for all of 1.5 inch to PVC. Line comes down, runs all the way out front. And we just saw that sump pump kick on. And of course, it comes straight out. This is the way all homes should be installed, especially in the Midwest throughout, all the way to California. This is the absolute best way to discharge water, rainwater, groundwater, French drain, downspout drains. All these homes have that, the entire neighborhood. You'll also notice that the roof line here on all these homes is very steep. That water flies down that downspout and it all comes out here to the curb. Curb holes, so important. This is a golf course community. So all these homes are backed up, on whatever green that is behind them. So what that means is the water from the golf course has to flow someplace also. So between the houses, the backyard of the home, and the golf course, there is groundwater. That ends up down in the basement. You can see all this water comes out here to the city storm down through the gutter, the curb gutter. You can see each one of these houses has its own curb hole. It works good. And if you don't have a curb hole and you're trying to use a pop-up, it will still work, but it will freeze. This is the Midwest. Check out all the algae right here at this curb hole. What does that tell you? Well, that means that sump pump probably runs every minute. That's how much groundwater is in this neighborhood coming into these basements, and the sump pump lifts it up and sends it out here to the curb, runs down to the storm drain where it belongs. Let's walk up here on this house and take a look at the configuration of that sump pump discharge. It should be exactly the same as the first house I showed you. We see the downspouts. Sure enough, sump pump line comes out of the wall, down, you see it, ties into the downspout drain, and comes all the way out front. 3-inch pipe. Don't need great big pipe. You just need a good pipe to get it out front. So there's that little donut coming down into the sump pump discharge line, which is 3 inch, downspout drain, 3 inch, downspout drain, 3 inch. Remember how often that sump pump runs on this home. About every minute it kicks on and sends that water all the way out here to the curb. I'll bet you it's running when we get out here and take a look. Sure enough, you can see that there is so much water in the ground in this particular neighborhood. Without those sump pumps, these homes would be worthless. I mean, truly worthless. So every home here in this development, in this city, has curb holes. So if you're going to discharge your downspout drain, your sump pump line, even your French drain, consider installing a curb hole. It's very simple. I've got hundreds of videos showing you how easy it is to drill that curb. You can also hire someone. They usually charge somewhere between $500 and $600 to drill that curb hole. Another really quick note, if you look really close inside this curb hole, what do you see? That is 3-inch corrugated pipe, and it's over 35 years old. That's how old the development is. That's original pipe, and it still works great today.
Hey, this is Chuck with Apple Drains, reminding you that if you believe you can do something, I guarantee you can do it. Have a great day.